If you're an IT professional, you know that when you hit play on a movie, it isn't magic. It's actually one of the biggest, most complex engineering challenges of our time. In this series, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible infrastructure that powers our daily lives, and we're starting right at the beginning, with the absolute fundamentals.
So, just to set the stage, this explainer is the very first of a 15-part series. It's all based on a really comprehensive report on streaming tech. We're aiming this squarely at a technical audience, so get ready, because we're going to go way beyond the basics and get right into the core engineering.
Here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off by just trying to grasp the sheer scale of streaming. Then, we'll look at how it stacks up against old-school downloading. After that, we'll break down how it all actually works, look at the tough new problems engineers are facing, and then finally, we'll give you a sneak peek of what's coming up next.
All right, let's dive right in. The first thing you have to understand is that we're not just talking about watching a few videos online. We're talking about systems that are operating at a truly mind-boggling scale. You know, this quote just nails it. We are talking about petabytes of data, millions of people connected at the exact same time, and every single one of them expects a response in less than a second. This isn't your standard client-server setup. This is one of the most complex distributed systems that has ever been built, period. Now, to really appreciate what streaming accomplishes, you first have to understand the problem it was designed to solve. And to do that, we need to rewind the clock a bit and look at the model it replaced, the traditional file download.
And here it is, the fundamental shift. With downloading the old way, you had to wait and wait for the entire file to arrive before you could watch a single frame. For a 4K movie, that's a long time. Streaming completely inverts that model. You start consuming the data at the very same moment it's being delivered. That right there is the paradigm shift.
So let's just put a nice, clean, formal definition to it. Streaming is all about that real-time transmission that allows for immediate consumption. The whole architecture is built from the ground up to get rid of that frustrating initial wait time.
Okay, so we know what it is. But now for the fun part. Let's get into the mechanics of how it all happens. How does that massive video file get from some server farm all the way to your screen so seamlessly?
Well, it's kind of like a three-step dance. First, that huge media file gets chopped up into these tiny, manageable pieces called packets. Next, those packets are sent out in a continuous, never-ending flow over the network. And finally, your device's video player is there to catch them, put them all back in the right order on the fly, and start showing you the picture, all in what feels like real time.
But what about network hiccups? I mean, the internet is never perfect, right? That's where the client's secret weapon comes in, buffer management. The player basically stays a few seconds ahead of you, preloading a small segment of the video. It's this little cushion that protects you from network glitches. It's a constant, delicate balancing act between starting fast and playing smooth.
So, streaming solved that huge wait-to-play problem. Awesome. But in doing so, it opened up a whole new can of worms. A brand new set of incredibly complex technical challenges for engineers to solve.
Just think about it for a second. The system has to work perfectly, whether you're on a blazing fast fiber connection or spotty mobile data in the middle of nowhere. It has to serve a brand new 4K smart TV and a 5-year-old smartphone at the same time. And it has to handle the insane traffic spike of a global live event, then scale right back down in the middle of the night. Through all of that, the #1 goal is maintaining a high quality of experience, or QoE, for every single user. It's a massive, massive challenge. And that list of challenges? Well, that basically gives us the perfect roadmap for the rest of this series. Now that we've laid all the groundwork, let's take a quick look at some of the specific technical topics we're going to be tackling. So, in the explainers coming up, we're going to get our hands dirty. We'll be dissecting server infrastructure, exploring the absolutely critical role of content delivery networks, or CDNs. We'll dive deep into security and DRM, and we'll look at the monitoring and analytics that keep the whole thing running. And believe me, that's just a small taste of the 15 chapters we've got ahead. And it's worth pointing out that this entire series is grounded in some serious expert analysis. It's all based on a comprehensive technical report by Virtualization Options LLC, which is a technology research and advisory organization. We're basing our deep dive on their fantastic, in-depth work.
And that pretty much wraps up Chapter 1. We've set the stage, we've defined the new paradigm, and we've outlined the core challenges engineers are up against. So the real question is, are you ready to dig into the architecture that handles millions of connections at sub-second speeds? I hope so. Join us for the next one, where we dive headfirst into server infrastructure.